Welcome to Holy Scripture Television. My name is Johan Oldenkamp. And in this trailer video, I will talk about episode 21 of Holy Scripture TV. And that episode is about the seventh chapter of Daniel, in which he talks about a vision that he had, in which appeared 4 great wild beasts. And the Greek word for wild beast is Thiria, so that's why I chose that as the title for episode 21. I am making Holy Scripture Television because the version that we mostly have of the scripture are translated wrongly and are full of errors. So I go back to the most original version that there is in order to present the correct translation. And that's what I do in Holy Scripture TV. If you want to know the correct translation of these very important scriptures, then you can subscribe yourself to Holy Scripture TV. This video is a trailer video, as I said, so it's for free. And I will give you the full text, the full correct translated text of chapter 7 of Daniel, the book of Daniel. But if you want to know the whole story, then you can buy this 21st episode for only €5 or the equivalent of that in your own currency. So let's have a look at the text of Daniel chapter 7. Switch off my camera. Yeah, we know when Daniel had this vision because it was in the first year of Balthasar, and we now know who this guy was. So it was in the year 550 before our current era. And he starts to see great beasts coming out of the sea. And the first one is a lion, or actually a lioness. That's the original text. And he had, the creature had wings of an eagle. So it looks like this. And then the wings were plucked. This all is very meaningful. And in episode 21, I'll explain exactly what it means. I'll tell you what this lion is, why he has wings, and why these wings were plucked. Yeah, I can explain it in full detail. That's what I do. And then the second beast Daniel saw was a bear, a huge bear, and it stood on one side. Everything has meaning. Also the 3 ribs in his mouth. Yeah, between his teeth. It makes a lot of sense. Rise up and eat my flesh. I'll explain this in full detail with evidence what it means. So it's not just a speculation. No, it's science. I give you the scientific meaning of this. And then the third one, it was a leopard. And leopard had 4 wings and also 4 heads. Whoa, what is this for a strange creature? Well, it is of course not a real creature. It represents something. It represents a kingdom. But I'll tell you exactly which kingdom it was. Because most people who study this think about these kingdoms as ancient kingdoms, but that is very wrong. These kingdoms are still here in our reality, right here and right now. They are still here. Actually, they were not there in those days. Daniel was able to look more than 2,500 years in the future. How? Don't ask me. But he did it because it makes a lot of sense. Actually, it's all very clear if you read this chapter. And then the fourth beast is the most horrible one. Yeah, the most frightful, because it had 10 horns. And then later, another horn appears, and 3 were removed in order for that one to appear. In that video, I explain you each horn, one by one, what they really mean, and what the 11th is, and why its appearance made 3 of those previous horns disappear. Yeah, and why they were humiliated. That's what we see later on. Everything has meaning, and the meaning is very clear in our day and age. And then an old one of days sat down. What is this? Well, it is something that was created in our reality, and I'll tell you exactly what it is. Yeah, and the law courts, and all the fire. Yeah, and the beast that was destroyed. Every detail, every little detail of this story, I'll explain. Not a wild guess, no. scientifically proven. And then the Son of Man. Most people have a completely wrong understanding what the Son of Man is. And if you are ready for the truth, then subscribe yourself to Holy Scripture Television, because I explained it in other videos also in very great detail. But this Son of Man will rule this planet for a certain amount of time, and then it will be gone. Yeah, and it was so, this vision was so, disturbing, as you can see it, Daniel, because, what is going to happen in our time is really very, very dramatic, very horrible. And eventually, also the holy ones are involved in this. Who are they? Well, maybe you are one of them. So then you should really understand what's going on. Yeah, eventually the holy ones will receive dominion, but that is the final part of the story. And all good story. But it's not at the end yet. Actually, the worst is yet to come. So be prepared. Now, this is that horrible beast. Now we read also that the claws were of brass and iron teeth and 10 horns, and then 1 came out and 3 had to be removed. So 8 in total at the end. All makes sense. And then that horn, that 11th horn, makes war with the holy ones and prevailed against them. Whoa, this is not good. Yeah, so it will be a hard time for the holy ones. Eventually everything will be good, but before we are there, we have to go through a very tough time. So if you really want to know what this is all about, then subscribe yourself to Holy Scripture, or only buy this video, for only €5. This is also important to notice. The timing was changed. So we, the ones who want to know the truth seekers, we might suppose that the timing was changed. Maybe they are trying to also alter time. That's possible. And try us to think, to make us think that the law was changed too. It's not possible. The law is the law, and the timing is impeccable. So do not let yourself be fooled, because the Son of Man will certainly speak in beautiful words to you, will be very appealing, but don't let yourself be fooled. If you really want to know what this is all about, then you can buy this video. This is my way of living. I stopped with everything else. I'm no longer part of the system. And I unplugged myself from the matrix, or whatever you want to call it. I'm off the grid. So this is my only source of making a living. So if you want to support my work, I would be really grateful for doing it. But on the other hand, if you don't want to, it's also good. It's your business, not mine. My business is making this video, so that's what I'm doing. Interpretation you find on the internet of this chapter 7, they are mostly all about ancient times. Well, that's very, very, very wrong. It's about now. It's about the current day and age. And in this time, we are facing the end time. End time is about to happen, or actually you can say we are already in it. So this is all going on in our day and age. And that's exactly what I explained in that video. And it's also building on a previous video that I made about the end times prophecy. And that is especially about the last 3 verses of chapter 9 of Daniel, the book of Daniel. And you can also buy that video for only €5. It's about 1.5 hours, because I explain much more than only that part of the book of Daniel. I explain the full picture and why it is going on, and exactly what you can expect. So if you want to know what's going on, you want to know the timing, because that's very important in that video, the timing, when it will happen, when the end times will start and when it will be finished. It's all there. You can watch that video. For now, I thank you very much for watching this video. I would appreciate if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Simply click on subscribe under this video, or connect with me in any other way via social media. And of course, you can go to my websites. I have an all English website. It's holyscience.org. And I also have Pateo.nl. It's a multilingual website, but of course, a lot of information in English as well. And NL, by the way, doesn't mean Netherlands. It means natural logic to me. For now, thank you very much for watching this video.